You have to know these 5 e-commerce trends in order to succeed because the data is clear. The market has shifted and the tactics that used to generate profit are now liabilities. I've analyzed 5 specific e-commerce trends 2026 is forcing us to confront, and if you ignore them, the evidence suggests you will be out of business by December. You need to test these against your business model immediately. So let's take a look at them. First of all, one of the latest e-commerce trends involves a shift in search behavior. People start product searches not on Google anymore, but on TikTok or Reels. Think, I saw it, I want it. Or by asking an AI assistant, think, I asked, I got a list. The numbers support this, as Adobe's recorded a sharp rise in traffic to stores coming from AI sources, and during the 2025 holiday season, this traffic grew by approximately 693%. Before you dismiss this as just another tech hype cycle, ask yourself, when was the last time you bought something new without seeing a video of it first? If you're doing it, your customers are definitely doing it. So what does this mean for you? If an AI can't find your product in a database and you lack video content for discovery, you are practically invisible to the market. How do you solve this? First of all, forget about SEO. Now it's all about GEO, Generative Engine Optimization. What the hell is that, you may ask? Well, to understand GEO, you have to understand that SEO is all about how to make use of the way Google's search engine plays matching games with keywords. Today, if we're looking at GEO, AI agents play a fact-checking game. In the past, you might have written descriptions like amazing boots to hook a human, but AI would rank this low because it cannot verify amazing. Strip the emotion, stick to the hard specs. Instead of saying great for winter, you should explicitly write rated for -10 degrees and certified Gore-Tex material. Also, you need to treat proof as a technical requirement. When an AI analyzes your store, it cross-checks your claims against the rest of the internet. If your site says you are the market leader, but the AI can't find a single Reddit thread, TikTok video, or third-party review mentioning you, it flags you as a potential scam. You need those external signals, not just for social proof, but to convince the algorithm that you are a legitimate entity worth recommending. The bottom line is that AI is effectively becoming a shopping assistant that finds, compares, and selects, which fundamentally changes e-commerce trends and the future of online shopping. In 2026, you are selling to the AI first, and if you convince the algorithm, it will convince the user. Now, this brings us to the second point, and this might be the most counterintuitive one. Amazon and Temu have optimized their experience to a level where you can't beat them with your perfect storefront or better ads, as they operate like massive factories. But the funny thing is, the shinier a store, the more it resembles a cheap, mass-produced dropshipping operation, and the less users trust it. However, if there's a feeling that a human stands behind the store, if there are mistakes, typos, or any hint that a person made this, conversion rates actually go up. Think about it. Do you trust the glossy ad that looks like it was made in a studio, or the shaky phone video of a founder showing you the actual stitching on the jacket? So what should you do? Test lo-fi commerce. Don't try to look like a corporation if you're a small brand. You need to appear as if you're a human that someone can trust by showing them the process, how you pack, how you check items, and how the product looks after a week of actual use. Show the warehouse, the boxes, the failures, and how you fixed a major mistake, as this builds a verified bond with the buyer that a giant retailer just can't replicate. Speaking of building bonds, this leads to the next trend which we have to confront. And for some, this one might be a fairly hard pill to swallow. Let's be honest, you can't build a stable business just by buying traffic anymore. Ads are expensive, feeds are unstable, algorithms change 100 times a week. The hope of beginning business plan that maybe this video will go viral, that's a pipe dream. If your entire business depends on YouTube or Facebook being in a good mood today, then you may as well start gambling at a casino. In 2026, the winners are those who stop chasing virality and build their business through closed communities, newsletters, VIP lists, and direct chats, playing on the feeling of human connection again. So every piece of content you create must lead to a controlled system rather than just sending people to your website. Send them to a VIP club, offer them early access, allow them to enter a waitlist or a channel with limited offers. Build a chain along the lines of, they find me, they trust me, they buy, and they want to return. In 2026, the goal is not to get views, but to own the contact and build lifetime value, so one client buys multiple times, which minimizes your risk of algorithm changes and builds warm, long-term relationships. On top of that, we need to talk about the main margin killers. returns abuse, buyer terrorism, chargebacks, and fraud. You need to understand that the market norm has shifted, and this aligns with the broader e-commerce trends that US retailers are reporting. For example, while free returns used to be mandatory, in 2026, this is becoming a luxury for big players, and small brands have to protect themselves or they simply will not survive. Reports indicate abuse returns have grown noticeably. According to Signified, a rise in malicious returns went up to 64% in May 2025 compared to previous years. Imagine walking down the street and handing $20 bills to strangers who promise to give it back later, but never do. That is what an outdated return policy is doing to your bank account. This means you need to build a defense system against bad buyers. First of all, eliminate the cause of the return. If you sell clothes, then write exact measurements. Use videos on different body types, be honest about who it fits, who it does not, and provide detailed size charts. Simply help people make fewer mistakes while ordering. Next, the return policy. You shouldn't be vague and you shouldn't be too nice and promise that you'll return anything, but rather be honest. Tell your customers that you're a small brand, that you lack huge budgets to absorb return risks, so you have strict fees and conditions. This is a question of survival. A reasonable client respects this. Set limits on coupons, block bots, verify payments, and collect proof of delivery, and make sure to adapt your return policy, not just for physical goods, but also for digital ones. Thousands of beginner e-commerce store owners are wiped out while trying to look like a big business with loose policies instead of building strict standards that protect their cash flow. Let's look at the financials. And here's a potential solution for your margin problems. Selling a physical item for $20 rarely works anymore because delivery, returns, and ads eat up the margins, which means the winner is the one who sells digital goods alongside the physical ones. What should you do? Bundle a digital item with every physical order. Selling coffee? Include a PDF on how to brew it well and a link to a video called 5 Ways to Make It Without a Machine. Selling fitness bands? Add a 30-day program and access to closed workouts. Cosmetics? Add a mini course on application or skincare checklist. This raises the perceived value and the average order value, but adds almost no operational cost, making it the most efficient way to fix your margins. To wrap things up, I admit, these trends sound intimidating at first glance, but they're only dangerous for those who are banking on luck. If you use this e-commerce trends guide to build strategically and think long-term, 2026 can be your year. Not because the market is kind, but because most beginners will continue to use old, failed methods, and that is your opportunity. If you want to discuss the data or challenge my findings, leave your questions in the comments section. Like this video and subscribe to my channel. I hope y'all found this useful, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.